Hey everybody, Anansi here from Motion Esports with another Top 100 Dotabuff replay cast. Today we're going to be watching sad and unmotivated player on the Dragon Knight. He has around 700 games played on the hero with a 59% win rate. He's about 5k MMR and mid 4Ks in his team MMR. So for those of you who don't know what we do here, we watch a top 100 ranked player from their perspective, and we just see how they play. We see what we can observe, how they move their camera, just everything. And, I'm gonna learn, and hopefully you guys learn something as well. So without further ado, let's watch this Dragon Knight, this sad and unmotivated player, and let's see what he can teach us. So just right off the bat, starts off with a Quelling Blade, a Stout Shield, 4 Tangos, and 2 Iron Branches. That Sunstrike wasn't really going to hit very quickly. Enjoys cutting down trees. Don't know if you noticed, but he was looking at quite some of his allies, so he's, keeping an eye on things, just gathering what information he can. Getting ready to get the Bounty Rune and go mid, which is where Dragon Knights usually go. So this is nothing out of the ordinary. Looking at the opposing lineup, he's probably, I'm like 99% sure he's playing against Invoker, of course. There are some of these other heroes that could go mid. Actually there are 3 other heroes, but Invokers don't really not go mid. So he's probably up against Invoker, and we'll see how he skills accordingly. And just to go over some of those skills, he has Breathe Fire, reduces enemy damage by 35% for quite a while, and does some damage. He's got one of the best stuns in the game with Dragon Tail at level 1, already 2.5 seconds, and he gets some insane armor and health regen to help him tank the hits that he might be getting. So he opts for a first point in Breathe Fire when playing against Invoker. His Hatchet will allow him to really kind of make sure he gets all last hits he can. He only has 54 starting damage, so it's not amazing. Very freely uses that Breathe Fire to get even one last hit, probably because he wants to get to level 2 as quickly as possible. So I think that's a good thing to note, is he gets the Breathe Fire and make sure to use it. So yeah, gets level 2, and what's he gonna get? Probably indeed some Dragon Blood. So now he's gonna be able to tank not only creep hits but also the hits that Invoker is dishing out, and Invoker is not the best right clicker early on. So right now standing at 4-1 versus the 6-0 Invoker. It's pretty even, I'd say. Very, very even. I believe usually first thing he'd go for is a bottle. But yeah, he's a melee hero going up against a ranged. That's never easy in any case. But has managed to pull the lane back pretty well. Gets a good AoE Breathe Fire off. And I think this is gonna be, he's already level 3, and gets a second point into his passive, into Dragon Blood. So now he has 6 armor and 6 extra health regen. So I think it's gonna be quite tough to kill him for this Invoker. And wow, with some great blocking and ganking from the Rubik. They almost get him, but sadly enough, they don't. In any case, he's doing really well, I'd say. 11-3, and that's a melee hero up against a ranged hero, so that's never easy. It's now he does get 1 point in his stun. If he had his stun earlier there, that would have been a kill. I'm not sure he had the mana, but in any case, it would have ensured the kill on the Invoker. So first item, bottle. He can do quite some nice stuff with the bottle, actually. And if he were to get a haste rune, or with some good runes. Keeping an eye on his teammates and the skirmish they're having. So moving his screen over, but keeping most of his vision mid. He just glimpses over real quick, and just getting an idea of what's going on. In the meantime, just racking up the last hits. Looks to be going for boots first. Seems like that's what he bought in any case. And currently sitting on top of the last hit charts, so having a very good time. Now that it's nighttime, he may have to... I don't think he'd be the target that a Night Stalker wants to go for, so he shouldn't have to worry about that too much. But he does pop over to check for the rune after he pushed the wave. So pushed the wave, then went and checked the rune, pinging that he wants somebody to come, so letting his teammates know, hey guys, maybe he said something, I've muted every player in the game. They can get kind of obnoxious with the new sound chats. Nice. In order to create some space in his inventory, uses the Iron Branch. Ooh, is he gonna make this? Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, ouch. That is... Ooh, well played by that Night Stalker. That was rough. Wanted to help his teammate there, so did have a TP ready to help. Was in a position to get a kill. Now, sadly enough, he pretty quite honestly got outplayed there by the Night Stalker. But that's not what matters. What matters is that he had a TP scroll ready to help his teammate out, and yeah, that you don't execute. That's the next step. But the first step is make sure you have the TP scroll, and then that you're reading the situation. And he read it. Everybody makes mistakes. But, it was a good move. He has dropped now in last hits. He's not in the lead anymore. Not ahead of this Invoker, but I'm sure he'll catch up quick. You can see the Invoker's hitting a lot harder now, though. Okay. So right there, dodging the Sunstrike, and instead of running back completely, actually decided to turn. He had an opportunity to go on the Invoker because he saw that the Invoker was taking a lot of creep damage, and if he had gotten a single target, if he had gotten a stun off on the Invoker there, he could have, he could have potentially got a kill. But again, rune control, quite big. Doesn't only pick up the rune in the river, but also goes for the bounty rune. Just efficiency, they both spawn at minutes, every 2 minutes. So really good there. Oh, that was really nice. Moving up into the trees to get rid of Night Stalker's vision. I like that. That's so that Night Stalker couldn't cast his single target ability. That was that's something that everybody can do almost every game. Is it's a good juking, just basic juking. Goes back to lane. Just getting every last hit he can. Currently only 2 behind the Invoker in last hits. Equal denies. But as soon as he's there, that Invoker doesn't want to get close. So he's not doing bad. If we look at the kills, deaths, and assists, he's not on the board yet. Invoker has 1 because of a Sunstrike, but those aren't the things. When it comes to net worth, he's 3rd. It's a little bit behind, but it's okay. Now he's on top of the last hit charts again. So when he's in lane, he's definitely dominating it. Has about 1600 saved up, but he has his treads ready to go. I like this. It's something I think I need to do more often. Is have kind of a fallback item to click really quickly while I'm going for a bigger item such as a blink. So he seems to be saving up for a blink, I think. But if he were to get ganked and almost die, he'll buy his treads real quick so that he gets something. Because you could have your blink in here, but if you don't have enough money for your blink, then you're not going to get your blink. It's quite simple in that sense. It's about 300 away. Is he going to go blink? No, Midas, I believe. Yes, this replay is actually from a few days ago, so yeah, that's just so funny the way this works. If I move my mouse over it, but okay. Going Midas, okay. I feel like that's a little bit of a late Midas, but okay, 10 minutes. Could be a lot worse. And the attack speed on him will be really, really good. It's unfortunate there isn't a hero missing, because I think with Dragon Knights, if his opponent is missing in the lane, he'll just down the tower straight away. And Invoker has kind of been, Invoker doesn't want to leave the lane very quickly, so he's been there most of the time. In any case, Dragon Knight just continuing to rack up those last hits. He's on top at the moment. Maybe I should play this hero. Looks like this guy makes it look so easy. Maybe it is that easy. As soon as he gets his hand of Midas, finds the biggest creep he can, and yeah, uses it. Then Q's treads again, so really does want those treads. Ooh. There's a double damage rune bottom. He's not gonna go for it. He knows there's a rune there, but he's not going to go for it. I actually really like this Venomancer DK synergy. They can really push towers, but just the two of them. Extremely hard. And sure enough, along with that Venomancer, he just they're just going to secure this area. And, they're going to get chased, but I don't think that would be a smart thing. I think a lot of people would die if they chase these two heroes right now. Night Stalker's ult always should make just about anybody afraid, though. And, instead of running, decides to turn. And just keeps on going. The Night Stalker will lose his life. So, knew that he could still cast spells. I like that. Just hold his ground. He's extremely tanky with level 4 Dragon Blood. Unless you can remove this armor somehow. Maybe with the Slardar or something. You're out of luck. And oh boy, talk about a lucky regen rune. That is very unfortunate. Sure enough, heads into the forest to finish off his ult. Or the use of his ult, I guess. Really like that. Gets he ended up maxing Breathe Fire first, only keeping 1 point in Dragon Tail, and then maxing Dragon Blood, so it doesn't max Dragon Blood straight away. And this gives good damage. I mean, a 300 area of effect nuke is quite nice. holds on to that regen rune, and couldn't make it mid, so just decides to head bottom. Now that he has his treads and also blades of attack, he's got a armlet of Mordigan, ready to go, or queued up, which is a standard item on the Dragon Knight. And popping his regen rune, right before the regen maxed, he made sure to use a Breathe Fire. So that was a free use, because you can cast spells when you have regen, so, you know, just one of those efficiencies that you gotta do consistently. That's a really good one. If you get a regen rune, use it for wherever you can. Heads over into the forest. I like this. He was heading into the forest before his Midas even came off cooldown, so then just gets some... yeah, gets there just as it comes off cooldown, so a saving time. Next up gets the Helm of Iron Will. Geez, more armor and more regeneration. This guy's gonna be beastly. Flat out beastly. Let's see. Night Stalker right clicks are not gonna do anything, they will tickle. I like how right there he didn't commit straight away. Like if he would have TP'd there, he wouldn't have been able to catch the Night Stalker. It's nighttime. He's not that fast. He shouldn't try to. So 14 minutes in, he hasn't made too many rotations, is what I'm seeing. Ooh, this could be bad. I think he's fine actually. Jesus, he's so tanky. Oh lord. Uh-oh. And Rubik managed to steal Alacrity, which, for those who don't know, gives a hero insane attack speed, so this guy is just gonna down this tower. That is really, really, really rough. Tries to, actually succeeds in getting the last hit on the tower. So make sure to do that, and uses his Hand of Midas as soon as he can. Now finishes off the ult again. Because of the splash damage, he can take a good ancient camp. This is a great efficiency. I like this. Yeah, it's just a quick. It's the most valuable use of the end of his ultimate. So really good. I like how this player sees everything, but doesn't necessarily react to it all. He seems to have, I don't know, confidence. Maybe he's just a prick, but seems to have confidence in that he doesn't always need to TP and help his teammates out. Keeping an eye on the fight as he's heading over, walking through the rune. I like that. Yeah, that's just because you never know. And yeah, in position to get the Night Stalker if necessary. Wrapping around, and he's gonna get this sand. No, he's gonna find a Crystal Maiden, and nice. Just moving in from behind. Notice that if he had moved in from the front, he would be too slow to actually have killed anybody there. But because he moves in from behind, he's able to, yeah, he's able to close the gap on the heroes that he needs and wants to. Decides not to fight the Luna. Okay. Risk averse, I would say. Oof. And I think he was right to be risk averse by the looks of this. Okay, activates his armlet at the end of his ult again to efficiently finish off some ancients. Good farmer. While still contributing to his team's success. Has a Shadow Blade queued up, a very standard item for Dragon Knights. Can sneak up and get that stun off, which at level 4, 3.25 seconds, 100 damage. That's so strong. It is super strong. And he gets that off on pretty much any of the other heroes, of the enemy heroes, aside from maybe Night Stalker. They're screwed. Like what he did there, just breathe fired the 2 little creeps and then finish the bigger ones off. That seems to be the efficient play for that camp. Midas the bigger creep. Not only does it, I believe, give you more experience, but it also means that it's less hits to kill the little creep. So are those obvious things that are just good efficiencies. They all save time, and that time adds up over the course of multiple games. And now that he has a Shadow Blade, I wonder if he's gonna... Yes. He's gonna look to make something happen. It's probably gonna be Shadow Blade in. No, he's not. Okay. No, opts to defend bottom instead. It's pretty safe and free farm, so can't blame the guy. So with the Shadow Blade, I believe Shadow Blade, move in, stun, and from there ult. Oh wow. Invis rune on top of it. Okay, he really wants to go on this Luna, but no, is gonna move in from behind. Nice. I like this because he's going to... Okay, so when you ult, your stun becomes ranged, so that was important there for keeping the element of surprise on the Sand King, or increasing his success in killing the Sand King. Because otherwise the Sand King would have stunned away or something. Oh, very rune focused there. I think he can still get this kill. Yeah. Oh! Rubik steals the Luna ult. That is a really strong spell for Rubik to steal.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TP's top as soon as he can, but decides not to chase the Invoker. Fair enough, he doesn't have much dust, so... Or he doesn't have any dust. So he's on top of the last hit charts. Comes to net worth, he's on top there as well. Looks like he's going for a silver edge. Yes, he is. Oh, maybe it's not all recipes show yet. While farming, wants to move in and just uses his spells properly and efficiently. Midas, as soon as it comes off cooldown, did not bother to go and find a better creep. No hesitation, just ult. Just start whacking away on that tower. Stays out of the fight a little bit to get some last hit, but stays focused on the objective. I'll be honest, it's being a little scared. Okay, but so this sad and unmotivated player seems to be very good at taking resources off the map. Uses his ult to do that. Just objectives, and sure enough, does go for a kill here and there, but yeah, he's not running around ganking, and that is not necessarily supposed to be his role either. But just pop in. Yeah, just pop in on key targets with that Shadow Blade and take people down. Stun. Oh. This guy makes me like this hero. And so now that they're at the tier 3s pretty much, and he still has his ult, Dragon Form, they can, yep, tear in. Nice efficiency there, I just noticed he did. He actually does tread switch. He switches to int right before he ulted, so that he ulted while using int, and yeah, he ulted while using int, which saved mana, and I guess that's one of his bigger problems as a hero. Really cool. That was very, 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 very fast. Just tread switch ult, and then switched back to strength. Just be a tank. I would actually, okay. No unnecessary risk. Took an objective, ult went down, he left. Did not stay. Does not stay. And okay. Maelstrom into Mjolnir is what it's gonna be next. So thinking more about damage than anything else. I'm getting control a lot. Oof, that is a rough Sand King ult. I think is that his first death? Maybe second. Yeah, that's his first death. Unfortunate. That was me who muted everybody, not him. Just to be clear. And while dead, with an 18k lead, I think he sits back and sips on some thing. No idea. What? And so yeah, he's second in last hits, top of the net worth charts. above even the anti-mage. That's how well he farms. So there's really a farm focusedness. But he, I think that's what I see all of these players do. They focus on these top 100 players. They focus on they focus on farming and ensuring they farm. That brings consistency. But they are ready and willing to step in when they need to. So they take a core role, they fulfill the core role, and then they, yeah, they just, they're usually map aware, all of them. This guy's as well, paying attention to the map. Good at gathering resources, and then taking the opportunities that arise. That does move over to help his teammate, but nobody there.
His courier has been killed.
And does communicate to his team to help out. Oof. Wow. That was some serious. That was extremely close. Right there. I think key is that he is extremely efficient with his movements. I mean, Shadowblade is great for extra mobility, but Dragon Knight is still extremely slow. And so moving through team fights and lack of hesitation, knowing what he can do. I mean, he barely dodged the EMP there, so that he could still get off a spell or two, and just getting off that stun ensured that he could get that kill. But a lesser player may not have dodged the EMP, so then wouldn't have been able to stun, so would have died. And then things look completely different. Then Invoker's still alive. And Mjolnir does help push. Even if you do hit him, you potentially screw your own team. I did not expect to learn this much from this player. But I like it. I mean, the hero is rather simple, but that doesn't mean that he's simple to play, as with most Dota heroes. Player is definitely greedy for my personal taste, but yeah, he's a top 100 ranked Dota player, Dotabuff player. Really, very safe. And okay, slight hiccup there, but in any case, sad and motivated player seems to have, seems to be greedy for my taste, but he's objective focused. He's still doing the right things. His objectives are farming and pushing, and that's what he does. And getting a kill and assisting in a kill here and there, that's all great, but he's just ensuring that he can still push relevantly. He makes it look easy. I wonder if it's as easy as he makes it look. And Still checking his teammates' items. These are just the good habits. Check that stuff so you know what they're, how they're doing. Stays hidden here? Why? He's afraid of something. Okay, staying on the outskirts, probably to Silver Edge in, Shadow Blade in. Just staying on the outskirts, and sure enough, going in now. No. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of what he was going for in any case. And then just shows off how tanky he actually is. And closes out the game. So key takeaways are focus on farm,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
be efficient with movements, assist where possible. Yeah. With that Rubik passive, he is super tanky. Cool. Thank you, sad and unmotivated player, for teaching me in any case a few things about Dragon Knight. And, hopefully I can implement those in my pubs. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, give me a like, subscribe, anything, crits, comments, they're all welcome. See you guys next time.